This summer, I taught honors biology B.
I taught a 5-week virtual summer school online health class.
I taught the pre-calculus summer boost program, and it went really, really well. Learning online, it's really just like being in the classroom. I tried to just emulate what I do every day in the classroom and just pretend that there's a partition in front of me.
I think it's very important to establish a positive environment from the beginning, and you have to work really, really hard to establish those personal connections that are so important in the regular classroom, the traditional classroom, but virtually it is probably the most important thing.
I made sure that I was in constant communication with my students via emails, not just as a group, but also as individuals. I found that helped me build a relationship with my students, as well as encourage them to believe that they can do it. I let my students know that I love them, I care about them, and I'm there for them. That's why I'm here.
Those follow-up personal emails, and you start to learn who kind of needs that extra push a little bit. That has been, I feel, the most successful.
Last school year, we were all kind of in survival mode. We were just trying to get our kids and do the best we could and get through the school year. I feel that this year is going to be completely different. The one-on-one interaction, the live interaction creates a completely different atmosphere. It's so much more positive. It involves so much more community. And the students themselves have said they got so much more out of it than they ever did simply watching videos.
I used the chat feature a lot because that was a way that everybody could be engaged. I had a lot of check-in questions that were either, how do you feel about what you just saw? Or, talk about this, just to make sure that one, that they were there. That was a big one. And two, to make sure that, that they were getting what the concept was.
When you teach live, what I did was I kept our chat box open. If they had a question, they would type it into the chat box. So I would get them as I was going over, the exact same way it would be if a student raised their hand in class. So I also chose not to say who asked the question. And I noticed in my survey that a lot of kids were happy about that.
The feedback that they gave me was when lessons were interactive, when there was something that they were doing that was really beneficial, or if I decided to share a video with them, that it was something that was really meaningful and that they could interact with afterwards. They really enjoyed that kind of stuff.
Make the students realize we're all part of a team. We're all in this together, and we're going to get through all this together.